For decades, physical media was the heartbeat of the gaming industry. And then, almost overnight, it stopped. Sony has now confirmed that its last remaining PlayStation disc manufacturing facility is being converted, and what it is being turned into reveals something far more important than the end of a format. In the next 10 minutes, we are going to walk through exactly how this happened, what the repurposing of Sony's disc factory actually tells us about the future of gaming, and why the most surprising part of this story has nothing to do with discs at all. There is one detail buried in this transition that most tech outlets completely glossed over, and it changes how you should think about every major gaming platform going forward. To understand why this moment matters, you have to go back to 1994. That was the year Sony launched the original PlayStation in Japan, and it was also the year optical disc technology became the standard for home gaming. Before that, cartridges dominated. Nintendo built an empire on them. But Sony came in with CDs, offering more storage, lower production costs, and the ability to hold full motion video. It was a revolution. By the time the PlayStation 2 arrived in 2000, Sony had already sold over 100 million units of the original console. Disc manufacturing was not just a logistics function. It was a strategic weapon. Sony owned parts of the supply chain that gave it pricing leverage over publishers and tight control over distribution. Those disc pressing plants were monuments to Sony's dominance in consumer electronics and entertainment. Fast forward to the PlayStation 3 era and Sony doubled down, introducing the Blu-ray format. This was a deliberate decision, use the console to win a format war. And it worked. Blu-ray defeated HD DVD by 2008, partly because millions of PS3 owners were effectively buying a Blu-ray player every time they bought a gaming console. The disc factory was not just manufacturing product. It was manufacturing industry outcomes. But the seeds of decline were already being planted. Steam had launched in 2003. Digital distribution was slow at first, but it was growing every single year. When the PlayStation 4 launched in 2013, Sony's internal data already showed that digital sales were closing the gap faster than anyone had publicly admitted. By 2018, digital game sales on PlayStation Network had overtaken physical in several major markets. By the time Sony released the PlayStation 5 in 2020, they offered something that would have been unthinkable 10 years earlier, a disc-free version of their flagship console. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition was not a niche product. It was a statement. Sony was telling the market that physical media was optional, and that the infrastructure built around it was living on borrowed time. The numbers that followed were stark. In fiscal year 2023, Sony reported that over 60% of all PlayStation software sales were digital. In the United States, that number was closer to 70%. The remaining 30% of physical sales were concentrated among a narrow demographic: older players, gift buyers, and collectors. Retailers were already shrinking shelf space. GameStop had been restructuring for years. The writing was not just on the wall. It had been there for almost a decade. But here is what nobody talks about when they discuss the death of physical gaming media. The disc factories did not just make discs. They were part of an integrated content authentication and distribution system. Every disc pressed at a Sony-licensed facility included embedded licensing data that tied the game to the publisher agreement, the regional pricing structure, and the resale framework. When that factory goes away, that entire enforcement architecture goes away with it. Which is one reason why Sony's digital platform now has far greater control over pricing, regional restrictions, and resale rights than the physical era ever allowed. So what exactly is happening to the factory itself? Sony's manufacturing facility in Shizuoka Prefecture, Japan, which has been producing optical discs since the early PlayStation era, is currently undergoing a phased conversion. The facility is being retooled to support semiconductor component assembly and sensor manufacturing, with a particular focus on image sensor technology. This is not a coincidence. Sony's semiconductor division, specifically its CMOS image sensor business, is one of the most important and profitable parts of the entire Sony corporation. Sony supplies image sensors to Apple for the iPhone camera system. It supplies sensors to automotive manufacturers for advanced driver assistance systems. It supplies sensors to medical imaging companies. The image sensor market is projected to reach $29 billion globally by 2027, growing at a compound annual rate of nearly 9%. That is where Sony sees the future of its manufacturing infrastructure. Repurposing a disk factory for semiconductor work is not as strange as it sounds. Both processes require ultra-clean environments, precision machinery, and tightly controlled supply chains. The capital investment in the physical infrastructure, the cleanroom facilities, the climate control systems, the vibration isolation, the employee expertise, all of that transfers. Sony is not starting from scratch. It is pivoting an existing asset toward a higher value application. This also fits into a broader strategic picture that Sony has been building quietly for several years. The company's PlayStation division is increasingly focused on service revenue, PlayStation Plus subscriptions, PlayStation Now, microtransactions, and live service game ecosystems. These revenue streams do not require a single disc to be pressed. In fact, physical media competes with them by enabling second-hand sales, which generate zero revenue for Sony or developers. Think about that for a moment. Every time a used copy of a game changes hands at a retailer, Sony gets nothing. The publisher gets nothing. The developer gets nothing. The physical disc market, for all its nostalgic appeal, was structurally opposed to the platform economics that Sony is now trying to build. Getting out of disc manufacturing is not just an operational decision. It is an alignment of incentives. The PlayStation 5 Pro, released in late 2024, shipped without a disk drive as a standard configuration. Accessories to add disk capability are sold separately. Industry analysts at IDC noted that attach rates for the disk drive accessory were lower than expected, suggesting that even among the console's early adopters, historically the most hardware-committed buyers, physical media interest is fading. What does this mean for game preservation? This is the part of the story that deserves much more attention than it gets. Physical media, for all its limitations, created a permanent record. A disc pressed in 1995 can still run the game it contains. A digital license tied to a platform account can be revoked, sunset, or simply lost when a storefront closes. We have already seen this happen. The PlayStation 3 digital storefront was nearly shut down before public backlash forced Sony to keep it running. Nintendo has pulled titles from its older digital platforms. Microsoft has sunset Xbox Live Marketplace content. The industry is moving toward a world where your access to games is entirely mediated by corporate servers and licensing agreements. The disk factory being repurposed is, in a very literal sense, the physical dismantling of game preservation infrastructure. Once those pressing lines are gone, reconstituting them is economically impractical. This is a one-way door. And yet, for Sony as a business, the math is undeniable. Subscription revenue from PlayStation Plus exceeded $4 billion in fiscal year 2023. Game streaming and digital distribution have higher margins than physical. The sensor business the factory is moving into is growing faster than any segment of consumer electronics. From a shareholder perspective, this transition makes complete sense. The deeper story here is about what happens when an industry's infrastructure shifts. The disk factory is not just a building changing its purpose. It is a symbol of a platform ecosystem completing its transition from a product business to a service business. Microsoft saw this coming earlier and pushed Xbox Game Pass aggressively. Sony resisted longer because its first-party library was strong enough to sell hardware on its own terms. But the destination was always the same. The era of the disc is over. Not because the technology failed, but because the economics of the industry outgrew it. Sony's factory in Shizuoka is now preparing to make the sensors that will go into the next generation of cameras, cars, and medical devices. And the PlayStation disc will join the VHS tape, the CD-ROM, and the floppy disk in the archive of technologies that shaped a generation and then quietly stepped aside. The physical is becoming digital. The product is becoming a service. And the factory that once made the discs that made PlayStation what it is already making something new. Before you go, if you learned something new today, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe to TechPulse Daily for a new video every single day. We will see you in the next one.